Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, the U.S. Secretary of State meets with the Palestinian president as violence escalates in Gaza. What other Middle East leaders are advocating for. Plus, highlighting resources in the New River Valley for people experiencing homelessness. How this local program is working to provide people with winter housing. Good evening and thank you for joining us for 10 News at 6. I'm Sydney Jackstimer. Fire officials in Bedford County are working to contain a large brush fire in the Thaxton area. We're told units from Bedford, Montvale, Stewartsville, Moneta, and the Department of Forestry are on the scene. Now they're asking residents to stop from any outdoor burning due to the dry conditions. And in Montgomery County, 5 separate brush fires are now contained, according to emergency officials. The fires took place in Christiansburg, Allegheny Springs, Reiner, and Pilot. But the largest of the 5 fires was in the Allegheny Springs area and burned about 3 acres. Now, all the fires are currently contained or were put out. No injuries were reported at any of the fires. A man in Amherst County has been charged with aggravated murder in connection to a July homicide. The sheriff's office says Kenneth Barber is allegedly responsible for killing Phyllis Allman at her home on Boxwood Farm Road. They say Barber was previously charged with malicious wounding. He's still being held without bond. One person was taken to the hospital after a single vehicle crash in Huddleston early this morning. According to the Huddleston Volunteer Fire Department, crews were called to Wyatt's Way for a car crash with someone trapped inside. When crews got there, they saw the vehicle had rolled over multiple times, hitting a pole and knocking out power in the area. Crews removed the driver's side door to rescue the victim, who was taken to the hospital. Fire units remained on scene until the car could be removed and the road reopened. And turning now to your forecast, today has felt more like an early fall day rather than November. Meteorologist Marshall Downing joins us now. Marshall, is the warm sticking around, or are we going back to winter feels?
In fact, I think our temperatures are getting even warmer for a few days this week, and then we've got a cool down. So whatever people like, at least we've got options this time.
Exactly.
Most of us are looking at more and more temperatures like today as we go through the first days of the week. But once we get towards the end of it, then we come back down towards the 50s for a little bit more of a reality check. That's closer to what averages this time of year. Right this minute, we're staying pretty nice and dry. There's some clouds off towards Indiana and Illinois with the system moving through the upper parts of the Midwest. Our high pressure, which has done a nice job keeping us sunny and at least calm, will keep us calm through the evening and keep those showers away. We stay pretty dry with temperatures falling from around 60 to around 50 by 10 p.m. Now, because of all the dry weather we've had recently, a lot of our region is in a drought, and even some places in a severe drought. It's not as bad as it is in Louisiana and Mississippi, but that's still not exactly good. You have to go well into West Virginia to get outside of the abnormally dry categories. Now, we're probably going to get a little worse before we get better. We have some pretty dry days ahead, but once we get towards Friday, that does bring a little bit more consistent rain, and that should help us out. That's also going to be the switch point in our temperatures. We keep on rising with warm air coming out ahead of that front, but once it comes through, we're back down towards the 50s. I don't think we're going to see highs in the 40s necessarily soon, but it is certainly going to be a big cool down as we go from the middle to end of this week. Stick around, I'll show you how much rain and wind we're looking at as that front approaches. Back to you, Sydney.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited Ramallah on Sunday to meet with the president of Palestine amid escalating violence in the country. Blinken also met with key Middle Eastern leaders in Jordan this weekend. The Arab leaders called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, while Blinken reiterated U.S. opposition, advocating instead for humanitarian pauses. Rob Kirkpatrick has the latest.
The war in Israel is raging on, and the casualties are mounting. Dozens of people were killed in a blast at a refugee camp in the central Gaza Strip late Sunday night, according to officials at a nearby hospital. This comes as Israel says they earlier targeted an ambulance they say was being used by Hamas. The strike outside the hospital left more than a dozen dead.
Hamas has underneath the hospital its command and control, and from that center underneath the hospital, they have a spider web of tunnels that literally goes for miles.
Senator Bernie Sanders says Israel must do what they can to limit civilian casualties.
What Israel does not, in my view, have a right to do is to kill thousands and thousands of innocent men, women, and children who had nothing to do with that attack.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken also met with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah on Sunday as calls for a ceasefire escalate. The meeting was described as, quote, tense when Blinken refused to call for a ceasefire, instead opting for a shorter, quote, humanitarian pause.
I think everyone would welcome humanitarian pauses. There's no doubt about that. There are obviously different views, including on the question of the ceasefire. But there's no doubt from my conversations with all of our colleagues who were in Amman yesterday that everyone would welcome a humanitarian pause.
Rob Kirkpatrick, 10 News, working for you.
And still ahead, celebrating Veterans Day in the Roanoke Valley. We'll give you a preview of the parade to honor the men and women who served in our armed forces. One program in the New River Valley is making sure no one is left out in the cold this winter. To Our House is a program run by New River Community Action. The mission is to provide winter housing for people experiencing homelessness in the New River Valley. Different churches host the program each month and provide hot meals and overnight shelter. They say it's one way they're helping people get back on their feet.
One of the reasons that we do what we do is rehumanizing folks that have been pushed to the margins of society. We use the language of the hospitality industry by calling people our guests. We don't say it's that homeless person. We don't want to objectify persons who are just really fighting to survive.
Now, the program does have an application process and availability is limited. The 13th annual Virginia's Veterans Day Parade kicks off this Saturday. From heroes to horses to marching bands, dozens of entries will hit the streets in downtown Roanoke in celebration of those who serve. The Star City is also getting recognized nationally for this year's event.
We're thrilled to receive a recognition underneath the Veterans Affairs Department. So they have what's called a Veterans Day Committee that has selected us, as well as 33 other sites across the United States, as a official observance site for Veterans Day.
Now, if you can't make it to the parade in Roanoke, don't worry. You can watch it all live right here on WSLS. And still ahead, helping those who struggle with addiction. The foundation launched in a late actor's name. And here's a live look for our Virginia Tech Skycam. I'm still not used to seeing the dark at, 6:10, but coming up on 10 News at 6, Marshall will have another look at your forecast. A foundation has been created in Matthew Perry's name to help those struggling with addiction. The foundation launched Friday, just less than a week after the actor's death from an apparent drowning. In a statement, the Matthew Perry Foundation says it wants to honor the actor's legacy by, quote, making a difference in as many lives as possible. Perry, who played Chandler Bing on Friends, has been open about his lifelong efforts to recover from drug and alcohol addiction. He detailed his journey in a 2022 memoir called Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. In an interview last year, Perry says he hoped to be remembered most for his efforts helping others struggling with addiction. And a recall alert tonight. Tyson Foods is recalling about 30,000 pounds of chicken nuggets. Saturday, the company said it was voluntarily pulling the nuggets after some people reported finding small pieces of metal inside the patties. This recall is for the 29-ounce bag with a best use date by September 4th, 2024. The chicken was sold in a number of states, including here in Virginia. Now, the USDA says there has been one minor oral injury associated with consumption of the nuggets.
The 10 News Weather Authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Good evening, everyone. Our temperatures are on the cool side right now, but we did warm up quite a bit during the day. Now that the sun has set, we are looking at our temperatures falling more and more, but we have extra heat coming our direction since there's plenty of heat concentrated down towards our southwest. The warmer temperatures in Texas and Louisiana, which we can sample, are what are heading our direction, and that is going to end up influencing our weather rather consistently as we get into the later parts of the week. Right now in central Louisiana, it's about 80 degrees and temperatures still in the 70s, a little bit south of Dallas. That kind of heat is headed our direction with lots of low to mid 70s to come. And at this point, I just checked the leaf progress earlier on today. Basically, all of us are past peak. So we're really into the wintry look of trees. We'll see that for quite some time, and especially in the mornings at this point, since we've got earlier sunrises and sunsets stay before 6 p.m., I think all the way until February. Meanwhile, with the extra heat and the sunshine that we do have, since the actual day lengths haven't really changed that much, they've been shortening since the solstice. They'll continue to shorten until we actually start winter. But because we've had plenty of sun today, that helped our temperatures get to the mid 60s in the NRV and Highlands, getting to the upper 60s and even 70 in Southside for tomorrow. Temperatures shape up pretty similarly to what we had today. And then on top of that, even warmer on Wednesday as most of us get well into the 70s, even Lynchburg trying to get towards 80. Now, I don't think a lot of spots actually will, but I wouldn't be surprised if one or two does make it to the 80 mark. Thursday's probably a little cooler for most of us, but we don't really notice the effects of the front coming through until we get towards Friday, and especially after that for the weekend. So with the temperatures we've got coming our way, it feels a lot more like the start of fall, so late into September or early parts of October. At this point in the year, a lot of our average high temperatures are in the low to mid 60s, so we're feeling well above that. But as we get closer to Thanksgiving and our next front approaches, that will bring our temperatures down into the upper 50s and keep us about on par for average. So we do have a warm stretch, but we're not going to be abnormally long for an abnormal amount of time. It's a rather strong temperature change that's coming through, about 20 degrees for most of us, so not the strongest cold front that we've had, but at least stronger than some of those ones that come through during the summer. That'll bring us from the mid 70s on Thursday to the mid to upper 80s for our highs on Saturday. Rain stays away pretty much until Thursday night, basically Friday morning. Consistent rain through Friday with just a few showers left over on Saturday. So because we are able to stay dry, temperatures are going to be stable tonight going into tomorrow. Blacksburg at 37, Bedford at 40, similar lows to what we had this morning. Warming up a little bit on Monday with lots of temperatures getting into the upper 60s and some 70s. More 70s, more mid to upper 70s for Tuesday. On the extended forecast, temperatures are going to stay there through Wednesday, Thursday. Takes until Friday for us to cool down back to the 50s by this weekend. Now, the 3-degree guarantee, because of our sunshine, kind of blew it out of the water with getting up to 75 degrees. But we're going to see temperatures like this rather consistently for a lot of the week ahead.
I was pleasantly surprised by how warm it was today and
Yeah.
yesterday. I thought, we had that really that stretch of cold weather last week, and I thought, oh, it's now November, it's going to continue. But no, we're back to like spring almost.
Pretty much, and especially lows too. Those are improving a lot. I mean, we've been down to the 30s and 20s in just the past few days. We're back into the 50s as we get towards next week.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We'll keep it around. We are already working for you on 10 News at 11 with Thanksgiving just around the corner, even though it doesn't feel like it with these temperatures. A staple of the holiday is already underway. We'll give you a sneak peek of some of the balloons in the Macy's Day Parade.
And after the break, a check on the NASCAR championship race in Phoenix, coaching news in high school football, and more on the Flames' 9-0 start to the season. That and more next in sports.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk.
First and 10 news out of the Seminole District. Brookville's John Meeks has decided to step down as head coach of the Bees program. Meeks led the Bees to the playoffs each year with the exception of this current season, had over 70 wins during his 10 years spent with Brookville. No word yet on an immediate replacement. The NASCAR season coming to a close with the championship race in Phoenix as we speak. William Byron was on the pole as many viewed former champion Kyle Larson as the favorite. Great day out west to go racing. Byron won stage 1, and he's had a strong car all day long. Trouble coming up here on lap 109. Christopher Bell, one of the championship drivers, had a rotor go down, so the caution is out. More importantly, the 20 car would be done for the day. So then there was 3. Chris Buescher had the lead at the right time. He claimed stage 2. Now, we are under 20 laps to go at last check. This is where the 4 championship drivers were running. Spots 2, 3, and 4. Ross Chastain leading the race. Currently, as we speak, we'll, of course, have more tonight at 11. In the NFL, after trading away its best defensive ends, the Washington Commanders had a tough test on the road at New England. Strong start for Washington, already leading 3-0 when Brian Robinson takes the handoff, rolls for the touchdown, 10-0 lead. Patriots, however, would storm back. Ramondre Stevenson, a 64-yard rumble in the jungle as New England took a 14-10 advantage. Second half, Sam "I Am" Howell finds Jahan Dotson, scores a 33-yard touchdown in traffic. Joey Sly hit both of his field goals today, and Washington wins it 22-17. Other scores of note, the Panthers trailing the Colts at last check, and the Eagles in front of the Cowboys. Under first-year coach Jamie Chadwell, Liberty had 1 goal, be conference champion. They are halfway there, wrapping up the regular season Conference USA title last night. The Flames beat Louisiana Tech 56-30 and returned to the AP Top 25 poll ranked 25th. Liberty's rushing attack continues to dominate, 305 yards as a team, with Quentin Cooley doing lots of the heavy lifting, finishing with 179 yards and 2 scores.
Really was just running back staying tight this game, honestly. If we go back and watch films, all the tight runs that we made is because it was a defender overlapping it or anything. But the O-line, they always open the gas, they do what they do. Had a good couple runs off Jordan White. He played his butt off today. Just running off of him was amazing, honestly.
He has a great knack. You know, he's a bowling ball, and he runs hard, and the more he goes, guys start bouncing off of him. He starts wearing them down, and the O-line's doing a fantastic job.
Liberty earned the right to host the Conference USA Championship game on December the 1st. The college basketball season tips off for many of our local teams on Monday. That includes the women of Virginia Tech coming off an impressive Final Four run. The preseason 8th-ranked Hokies are ready to get back to work. Coach Brooks and his core of returners hope that they hit the jackpot, as they have in the past, with some key additions from the transfer portal, including junior Matilda Eck from Michigan State and Olivia Sumil from Wake Forest, to go along with a strong freshman class.
You know, transfers are terrific, and they're a big part of what you're doing. But you know, they're on a fast learning curve. They have to learn so quickly in what you're doing, and a lot of times, in some cases, you only have them for a year. It's really not a year. It's only like 8 months, and they have to learn. We will continue to build our foundation with our freshmen.
So the VT women tip off tomorrow at 5 p.m. against High Point. The men at 8 o'clock with Coppin State. UVA men hosting Tarleton State. Radford at number 19 UNC. Highlander women will host Concord. Liberty will have a doubleheader beginning at 3. VMI will be at Richmond. Your news and notes: JMU up to number 21 now with a 9-0 record. USC has fired its defensive coordinator Alex Grinch, and James Harden will make his Clippers debut tomorrow night. Time to cut it out. 6 seconds left in the game. C.J. Stroud of the Houston Texans, he set a new rookie passing record over 455 yards. But look at this. He also got the last-second win over Tampa Bay. Have a day, C.J. Stroud, over 450 yards. That's a lot of passing. That's a lot.
Seriously, that's pretty impressive out there.
Look at poor Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I know.
He just looks sad,
so
sad right there in that shot.
Yikes.
Well, hopefully teams are enjoying the weather that we do have through this. If they're doing any practicing, most of us are going to be back to the mid-70s for a while. But then this next Friday night, high school football, not exactly looking great for any teams that are still out there. Most of us going to be into the 50s there, pretty soggy throughout the day, and then back down to the 50s through the weekend. But at least we're drier there. Lows really improved too, so it doesn't feel too bad. If you want the fall feel, that does come back as we get towards next weekend.
All right. If you don't like it, just wait until tomorrow, right?
Basically.
It's that time of year. Thank you guys for joining us for 10 News at 6. We will see you back here at 11.